Good morning. It's day 7, hiking day 6, I think. Anyway, whatever. So we slept in a little bit today. It's kind of bright. It feels really good. My tent's all just about completely all done and clean right here. Everything's stuffed in my backpack. And Gabrielle is, whoops, that's the wrong angle. As you can see, Gabrielle's got her tent.
The fly is pretty damp.
Pretty damp?
From condensation.
Yeah. She's getting all ready. She's got her stuff out. So, yeah. So we're still not sure what we're going to hike today. We know we have 3,000 feet down and 9 miles, and then we'll assess the situation. The question here is, though, is that if we can do the extra 4 miles, that makes Saturday a much more easier day, and it's a nice lake that we're going to be at. So it would be nice to kind of relax that last night at that lake. It's called Tombstone Lake. So I don't know. We'll just see what we feel like when we get down there. So Gabrielle, the shin splint she was experiencing, that shouldn't bother her going downhill too much. So we'll see how it goes. So good morning on day 7, right, G? Because we're 9.
Hiking day 6 or hiking day 7.
Yeah, hiking day 7. What? Okay.
Day 8, hiking day 7.
I think that's, I don't know what I said. Good morning. Usually we're in such a hurry in the morning that we don't show any of the tent type stuff.
What?
Well, we're just so busy in the morning that we never film any of the tent stuff. So, yeah. Pretty nice morning. The sunset was beautiful last night. It was all lit up right where it's lit up right now. All right, so recap on the morning here. We left about, I don't know, 10 after 7. That's pretty good since we kind of literally just strolled out of bed, and I don't know, around 6. Oh, shoot. Hold on, there's a camp next to us. All right, let's try this again. There are some folks, Gabrielle saw camps. I don't know, we had to be at least a couple hundred feet off the lake. We were climbing there for a while. Jeez. Oh, well, I guess they wanted some privacy. Anyways, yeah, we strolled out of camp around 10 or 7:10, which was actually really pretty amazing because it usually takes us about an hour to get out of camp. And so since we got up around 6, we still did the same thing. So it was really nice. A lot of condensation in our tents last night. There was like 0 wind to dry anything. But it was so clear last night, though. I could see out of my vestibule. I could see stars.
There's so much. The Milky Way was out.
Yeah.
There's definitely a giant planet out there.
Oh, I saw something super bright. I wonder if that was Venus we were looking at. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a good night. We slept pretty good. But obviously I was awake, though, because I was looking outside my vestibule.
I mean, I saw it mostly because I had to go to the bathroom. But
Yeah.
1 o'clock.
Yeah, even when I got up, which was, I don't know, maybe the sun was down, but just went down. So I was so thirsty, though. I had to drink a little bit of water just before I went to bed, which is, crazy. But I had a salt tablet, and then I ate all that macaroni and cheese. For dinner.
Finish your mac and cheese, Dad.
The what?
If you would have finished it, maybe you wouldn't have had to go.
Yeah, that's true. I was so full, I just felt bloated. Anyways, yeah, let's talk about that bear bag in a second. All right, so let's talk about bear bagging for a second. Okay, so you saw the bear bag of the camp that we went through. They did one good thing. Okay, they did the counterbalance. which means the bear can't grab the cord that's tied to a tree, which they know how to do if they've been around people. So they did that. The problem was G could have reached up and grabbed the bags. So there's going to be a bear that's tall enough, you know, stretched out as tall as G is. So the other thing is any bear, cub or anything, could have climbed up that tree and just like not even jumped, just grabbed it. So it was completely worthless except for chipmunks and stuff. And the thing that really bothers me is that, you know, the Forest Service, they encourage people to bear bag, but it's incredibly difficult to do that in this type of forest and in the Pacific Northwest. It's ridiculous. Really, you either need a bear caster or you just put the food next to you in your tent. The bears, I've never heard of a story of a bear in the West actually, you know, go up to you, steal your food next to you. So anyways, so that was pretty funny. They made a good effort though. And I really like how they hung the backpack with the food in it. That was pretty clever. So all right, enough on the bear bags and my justification for not using them. So we climbed up about 200 feet. I thought 400. G thought that was a gross exaggeration. So we'll say 200. And now we're starting to drop down. And when we were looking at the water today, there's no streams until basically our 9 miles away. But we got to cross streams. There's stuff all over here. Anyways, we're carrying about 1.5 liters though of water. Anyways, there's no outlet to that lake, Steamboat Lake. No outlet at all. There's a spring below it, okay, but there's no outlet. And so the only inlet is what you see at the end, officially, at the other end of the lake, where the grass wasn't all that. And then, so it's fed water from the bowl right there, and but the outlet, it's just like a crater lake. And that thing is like crystal clear, super deep. So it must be spring fed and all that. And then there's like no outlet. It's weird. So the outlet that goes down the valley comes out of Long Lake, which was on like the other side to just below Swamp Lake. So it's not what you would expect on a big lake like that. I thought that's really interesting. It's weird. Sometimes these lakes that are big but have no outlet are incredibly clear. And we just hiked across this little stream. Yeah, we've already like gone through a couple of little streams. So it's super boggy. You can tell like a horse peed in it. It's gross. Oh. But it's really beautiful all around. I love the early morning meadows. I think we have a sign here. Do you guess what it's going to say? No fires, prohibited beyond
this point.
Exactly. Question is, what is this point and what is the other point?
Can I have a fire right here then?
So funny. Big meadow. Stop. You go ahead if you want. There's a little pond down there. It's where the lake's from, somewhere over around there. Oh, lake's probably, I don't know. I don't know if it's not up and over that thing, I don't think. We've got some flowers we can see already saying hello sunshine. Bunch of them. Yeah, so that was a burn right down there. You can see it. Whoa. This plane just, where is that guy? I don't see him. Well, he's up there somewhere. Anyway, this is the valley that we're going to be going down. Right here.
See a nice meadow down there.
Oh yeah. Maybe that's the breakfast spot down there. Just right where the, yeah. It's right below the light there, isn't it? It's kind of like right there. You can barely see it.
The trail might be a little bit above it, though.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm not concerned about water looking at this. There's going to be water coming down here all over the place. But before we get down there, of course, you have to go back in the canyon and stuff. So this is kind of what we've been hiking through. Pretty dense forest. Whoa. Trail's not that bad, but you gotta be sharp. You always gotta be looking, because there's just rocks all over. But it's actually pretty nice now. So since we just crossed yet another stream, I dumped out 3/4 of a liter. My pack is now 2 pounds lighter, just like that. Feels good. Feels great. And there's gotta be water in that meadow down there coming into it, so I'm taking the risk. Of course,
The trail doesn't go into the meadow.
Yeah, that's true. G warned me about heat stroke and everything.
Dehydrated.
Yeah, I said, well, I'm not really gonna be concerned about that until after I take my jacket off, which I have on right now. So everything's wet. Jeez, look at this.
For later.
For later.
You run out of water.
Yeah. Boy, I'm feeling concerned about running out of water yet again here. Well,
If you run out of it, you just get what's left in your shoes from stepping in.
did you have fun crossing the heat exhaustion stream there? This is really a beautiful morning hike here. Cute little stream here. How those extra 5 pounds you're carrying feel, G?
5 pounds.
Something like that. Am I exaggerating? Whew. Man, I'm feeling that heat stroke. Ooh, look at that. That is cool. That is relaxing. Okay, this is not relaxing. Water on the trail. Wow. It's really beautiful. I was thinking today would be like a pretty boring hike. Ground is super loamy right here. Feels good on the feet. Ooh. How's it going?
All right.
So we switched back. This is the second switch back now. So we get to go through all that water for the 3rd time. Nice big tree. Hey. All right. Okay. Don't see that every day. It could have been the same stream we've already took a bunch of pictures of today. Just keeps coming down the valley. Whoa, nice. Well, we're kind of down to the floor of the valley here. And all the foliage and all that has definitely changed. Kicking up some squirrels and whatever. Kicked up like 4 grouse, something like that, coming down just a little while back. Well, it's still rockier when we kicked them up, but we didn't see where they landed, so we really couldn't get a good view of them. They waited till like the last second. I mean, they're like, 15 feet in front of me. They're like, whoa, they just jump. Make a lot of racket when they do that. It scares the heck out of you. Well, we made it to our lunch spot.
It dropped about 2,000 feet.
2,000 feet, sweet. Yeah, so most of the drop.
Yep.
2/3 of it. So I'm going to have some little, for our breakfast review here, I'm going to have some cold soaked oatmeal. Just 1 pack today. Because that's what we have when we divided the thing, the big box at the store. And so I'm going to have a Kellogg's protein bar. The strawberry thing is actually super good. We had one earlier. Gabrielle, you're heating up water for some hot oatmeal and coffee, right?
I'm basically having the same thing you are, but warm.
Oh, does that sound right to you? And I'm carrying the fuel.
Yeah, I'm carrying the stove and the pot.
Well, Auntie's also carrying the salami for my 2 lunches, which is like a hunk of meat this big. So, all right, so we feel pretty good. How many miles have you gone, do you know? Oh, you have to check. Just about 3? We've been going for about an hour or so. It's just it's a couple hours. It's just after 9.
We've gone a little over 4.
A little over 4 miles. We're going about 2 miles an hour.
Basically make it to the first destination at lunchtime.
Yeah, we'll be at where we plan to camp at lunchtime. So if the trail is this good, then there's probably a good chance we can make it that other 4 miles. So the trail has been really nice.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised. Maybe because a lot of people hike this. Maybe that's why they keep it up better. So, but it sure is good. So I'm going to have my nitro, but I have a new technique I just developed. I made patent. It's called the circular spin. Let's see if I can get this on film. Look at that spin. Oh, I can't do it. All right.
It's not unimpressive.
All right, there we go. That's not working. I can't perform into my camera like that. This doesn't work. Yeah, we'll do the classic, Jake. But I did have a little bit more oatmeal, and especially the oatmeal milk type maple syrup stuff. So I'm thinking that's going to be pretty tasty. I think so. She's going to tell us what we have for lunch. We have about, or how far? About 4.5 miles, I think. Because we've gone 4.5, right? And it's a total of 9.
No, we've gone 4. So it's 3.8 plus 4.8. It's 5. It's 5.
So we have 5 miles to lunch. It's about almost 10 now. So, hey, that's just about noon. 2.5 miles an hour. If the trail's like it was, we'll be able to get there no later than 12:30. So that's where we're planning on spending the night. which means if the trail's not horrendous, or even if it is horrendous, probably better get some of that out of the way.
Yeah.
So what we would like to do is to hike, I think it's 4 miles or 3.7. Ooh, look at a pretty flower right there, G. Hey, can you grab that? Feather, yeah, not a flower. Check it out.
Ooh, maybe that's one of the grouse feathers.
Man, hang on to that. Uh-huh. All right. Maybe it's one of those, like Eagle Power things. Anyways. Like Napoleon Dynamite. Oh, wait, no, that's not Napoleon. That's Nacho Libre. That's Eagle Power. Oh, how unfortunate. Nice.
Oh, looks like we're coming up to a nice sunny meadow.
Nice meadow. That's great. Where we could have had. Oh, gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
Anyways, so we're probably going to continue on hiking. More on that later. Great day for hiking. It's cool. It's just really good, really good. Well, this is where we could have breakfast if we would have hiked another 100 feet or something like that. It's okay. It was nice and cool. We don't be hot. There were. Oh yeah.
Look at that. Curses! And I got a mosquito bite on my chin.
Oh yeah, there were. Oh my gosh, I have a couple of them on my leg. Hold on, got to do some maintenance here. Well, good news. I didn't carry the mosquito juice for no reason at all. Bad news is I actually had to use it, and of course, you know, it oozed out inside my plastic bags. But we got some bins, 30% DEET on us. Both of us have a few mosquito bites already. So yeah, well, I mean, we're going down to 4,200, which is the lowest we've been the entire trip. Even the trailhead's higher than 4,200.
Yeah, the lowest has been like 55.
Yeah, so anyways, but that's what's happening. So we're in the mosquito area, but it's nothing like it was on the PCT earlier. But when we stopped, though, they definitely came around us. They weren't swarming, but they were flying all around us. Anyways, once you take the DEET out, it's like they're gone. They disappear. So we'll be good, I'm sure, until we get to like lunch. And then we're going to start hiking up, so we will be less likely to see them. Ooh, got a beautiful little stream right here. Check it out here. Ooh. Man. I wonder if there's any fish in there. We're going to have to check that out. I'm sure we'll get a lot of views of this. Man, it's just boggy and wet. Oh! Yeah. That's why there's mosquitoes everywhere.
I don't want my mosquito repellent to get washed off.
Saw a little baby trout. Or there's little babies. There's usually bigger ones. Ah, crap. There's like bogs and everything. We're above the river slightly now. It's pretty boggy there for a while. What we're really concerned about, we're walking through wet grass, is that wet grass would wipe the mosquito stuff off our legs, like below our knees. You have to put more on, but that hasn't happened yet. Definitely mosquitoes around. They're flying all around me right now. Oh, injured bird. Sorry, birdie. Yeah. It's okay. I must have hit a tree. How does that happen? I don't know. Trail. Oh, wow. Check it out. Right, we can see it all too because we're kind of up above. Woo. There's one big meadow. And then, so you notice up in front of us, this big rock peak, which is now in front of the tree. There we go. Wow, that's kind of cool. How blue that sky is today. Get another shot of the meadow here before we leave. All right. Woo! Oh, you can see the stream in the middle there too. Little puffy clouds. Super neat. Have a little bit more of the meadow. I'm sure there's probably more. This is where we would have gone up had we done the big the washboard trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not doing that. We're gonna continue on. So we figured we cut off about 20 miles. I thought you did the math on that, G.
Oh, you did the math on that.
Oh, I did? Okay, well that's always suspect then. But we're thinking we cut off around 20 miles, but we missed out on a big section of the trail that we're already scheming how we can do that in a few days, at another time. But that's allowing us to relax and get to camp early and just relax. Think about other stuff on the trail besides, weather, how many miles to go. Is the trail going to be a just complete nightmare? Not because of steepness, but because of design and maintenance, stuff like that. And see stuff like this, but repeatedly, where you gotta go around it or under it or something like that. We're gonna figure this out. Go up and around that, come back down to the trail. A few of those is not a big deal, but you do that over and over, it really slows you down, gets frustrating, and it's always a little dangerous when you do that, because there's sticks poking up and all sorts of things like that. So that's some of the reason why we decided to cut off that 20 miles, because we just weren't confident in the trail maintenance here. I'm not sure where the trail goes here. What do you think, G? Just getting a map out here.
Oh, we passed another. We go that way, but it looks like if you want to do the Green Lake Trail, maybe it's somewhere.
Oh, it cuts
across
off?
the way, yeah.
All right, so we'll keep going. Well,
It doesn't say that we're.
That sure looks like there's a trail up in front of us there. Okay, this is stuff I'm talking about. Okay, I gotta get serious. I'm gonna do a short video here. So we're basically same kind of trail, but actually worse than we've seen before. So we're just looking for the trail. We saw it, and we just can't. We're having a hard time here. So we were bushwhacking, going over trees. Somehow I stepped on some kind of a wasp bee type thing in the ground. Got stung on each one of my feet above my ankles. I saw them there, just like putting their butts into my socks. This is why we cut 20 miles off on our trip. So whoever's responsible for the management of these trails, gosh, at least say something to somebody so we know what we're getting ourselves into. Gabrielle's doing a fantastic job keeping us somehow on this trail. Yeah. Thankfully we have GPS and we have batteries. We have good battery storage with us. So we made it out to this meadow in hopes we can find the real trail. And Gabrielle says she found it. So I went high on the meadow. She went low. She has a GPS. I was gonna use my eyes. I think she's got it. But we can't figure out is why the heck they would have such a, well, there's like a, literally there's a spider hanging from my cap in front of my eyes. There's a spider hanging from my cap in front of my eyes. Oh my gosh. Anyways, we can't figure out why that sign was so good. said, yeah, go this way. Then literally, as we're talking about trails, it just completely disappeared. Who's that? I don't know, man. Beyond words. Hopefully we don't encounter that again. Meanwhile, about every couple of minutes, I can feel the stings in my above my ankles. It's fine right now, but all of a sudden it's like, I can feel the venom. Luckily, we have Benadryl. I guess they're not concerned about DEET. Maybe that's why they stuck on in the sock area. So, anyways. It's a glorious day. But you can see why there's just like these crazy emotional highs and lows, because you got to deal with this stuff. You can't stop. Good job on the trailblazing there, G. That was very impressive. That was worse than what we were dealing with a few days ago.
Yeah, because at least a few days ago, you could kind of see it, something. It was like zero trail.
Yeah, it was literally zero. So I guess that the traumatic experience, you actually learned some things from that.
Yeah, forest rangers kind of suck.
Yes, yeah. We're a little bitter right now. All right, hike on, if we can. All right, so we had to go over a couple more of those trees, just completely unmaintained. They weren't big trees, but you know, there's stuff sticking all over. Gabrielle started to fall, caught herself, stuff like that. So I tried to find this on Gaia. My GPS on my phone isn't even picking me up. We're in such a dense thing right here. Gabrielle's phone's picking us up. According to the GPS, we are not on the trail, yet this is clearly like the trail, which makes navigating all the more difficult. So, but we are in a trail. We're going the right direction because we're following the river, so that we know that eventually, regardless, we will get to where we need to go. Mosquitoes are very active here too. Check that out. We got some kind of a fungus type stuff, whatever. Mushrooms, don't know what it is. We've seen a lot of different mushrooms on the trail. I just haven't taken any pictures, especially after that rain. I think they were popping up all over. Just another example of trail maintenance that did not occur. Don't judge me yet. All right, got a quick update here. We're ticked, we're frustrated and angry because we have a need for a safe trail from our government and the people that we give our tax money to. Doesn't have to be perfect, but clearly this is a multi-year, unmaintained situation here with signs, new signs that said, go this way for this trail. We were clearly on the trail. The GPS said right where we were, but it said no, the trail's someplace else. Crazy stuff goes on and on. So what that means is over the last hour and a half, we've gone 1.8 miles. We're going slightly over a mile an hour. That's what happens when this, why we have to cut trips kind of short because of this, and the possibility because of the unknowns of the trails being maintained or not. As you can see what I'm dealing with right now behind me, and yet another down tree right here. Gabrielle's gonna have to deal with that. Yeah. So, all right, it's getting gnarly again. Ooh, oh, forgot to put the, this is our spider block, web blocker, since clearly no one's on the trail today. We're the first one, so we get all the spider. Yeah. So I got all sorts of little seed spores stuck to my legs. I stopped wiping them off because they're kind of sticky. All right, so I have to I gotta go under here. Okay, that worked. Boy, okay. And we got another situation here. I think the trail's right there. I'm gonna try and keep this safe and short. There it is, there's the trail. How's it going there, G? G's gotta go through the same thing. Okay. Got tons of cute little streams. We just actually had a little water break, got some water. That's when we discovered our hiking speed. This is clearly, it's a trail. I mean, it's into the ground, so it's been around for a long time. So it's not this new thing. It's just unmaintained. That's all. Oh, yeah. Hey, I want to add to my comment about my need for safe trails. What do I mean by that? Is that, you know, I don't expect guardrails. I don't expect it to be easy. But I don't, and it's okay. You know, these are dangerous. It's dangerous out here. But when the trail goes that is marked, and there's down tree after down tree, and the tree and the trail just like literally just disappears, then it actually becomes really dangerous. And that's what I don't want. So now you can judge me. We're still cruising. There's Gabrielle behind me. So a little bit more about the danger thing. A map and compass would not help in a situation like this, because you're in a valley, and so you don't know where you are. So you don't have a point of reference. If you had a GPS, so you could get your location and a map, you'd be okay. But GPSs don't always work well in a valley like this. The one thing that could get you out of this, if you truly could not find the trail, is we know that this river will intersect another river, and that's where the trail splits. There will be another trail. So we know, worst case scenario, we bushwhacked, you know, whatever, how many miles following this river, we'll eventually get out of it. So my request would be, after expressing my feelings and my needs, would be that there would be some way I could figure out the maintenance or the quality of a trail. For example, it'd be nice to know, when was it last maintained? Something like that I could actually reference. So I guess what I need to do when I get home is call the ranger station and say, hey, is there a list where I could figure out when trails were maintained, or get a status of their condition? That would be I think that'd be fair. Should be public information, right? When maintenance was done on a trail. All right, well, coming up to another big down tree, multi-year-old, so I got to deal with that. There's a stream there, G. We're still on it. Well, perhaps we're out of the worst of it. She said we had about 0.8 miles left a little bit ago. So we had about, you know, less than half of a mile. We're down in clearly in the low 4,000s elevation. Everything's changed. The sun is hot. It's got to be in the 80s right now. The wind is super warm. You can just tell by looking around how things have changed. It's amazing what 2,000 feet difference can make, let alone 3 or 4 or 5. So, yeah, it's amazing just what elevation can do. Wow. Yeah, it feels completely like a different planet we're hiking on compared to what we've been doing. We saw a helicopter fly over. It looked like it was looked like a fire type helicopter, just checking things out. Wasn't carrying any water or anything like that. I mean, we look for stuff like that. We look around us. We don't see smoke anywhere. We can't smell it. So we feel pretty good about that. So we're looking forward to getting to that trail junction, having some lunch, just kind of settle down a little bit, and we'll decide what to do next. We're getting really close. It is so different down here. It's hot, warm air, foliage. What?
You're looking at sisters.
Yeah, like in Sisters. I mean, it's just, my watch right now says we're at 3,900 feet. Now it's not real accurate, but we're low.
42.
We're actually at 42. Usually it's a little behind. Probably we've been going so slow, it's caught up and overcompensated for the drop. I don't know. But it's a totally different environment. Okay, here we go.
This is the so-called trail junction.
This is the trail junction we've been looking for. Well, why don't we walk this way till we get to the river kind of thing and have some lunch? All right.
They had an inchworm thing inside.
Was it moving or was it just little spores?
No, it's actually.
Oh my gosh, it was working its way into my ear. Okay, time for lunch. So there, that's the footbridge. Well, we didn't really expect there to be a real footbridge. But we do need to cross that though. There's a logway down there, but I'm sure we can figure this out. So we'll probably have a lunch on the other side. Let's do that.
At this point, who cares if my feet get wet?
Yeah, your feet are already wet, right? Yeah, Gabrielle actually.
They've dried out pretty good, but
okay.
it doesn't look like it's gonna rain, so.
No,
What?
not me. That's what trail runners are for. Doesn't mean it's not. It doesn't mean it's not slippery though. I'm not going to do that. My feet are dry. Good job, G. Woo! Wait, say that again.
Technically, this giant thing is for both of us today.
We got some serious salami for lunch. That's why I took out my Fritos. And I have an all-new salted nut roll, which I have no idea what this thing is, except it has the word salt and nuts. And it's like kinks. Oh, there's something in the middle.
Nougat, probably.
Some nougat, whatever. Nougat is like no fires beyond. It's like, what is, I'm sure there's some definition, but it's highly variable. All right, so the time now is 12:42, but we actually arrived here about 12:15, 12:20. Something like that. So somehow we kicked some serious butt coming down that hellish, I may use the word devilish trail, but we made it and we feel really good. It's quite an accomplishment, honestly. And we're actually like, I'm not physically tired. No, it's not a physical thing. It was just more of like an emotional, don't get hurt kind of a thing. So that's what's the tiring. So clearly we are not going to stay at this spot tonight. We'll be up at 400 more feet, and we'll be about 3 3/4 closer to where we want to be tomorrow night, which is going to be important because we have a big climb tomorrow. So that'll make the day easier, more relaxing. And so hopefully we can get at the lake tomorrow afternoon at a decent time so we can actually have some fun there. So we're going to enjoy our lunch. What else you having, G? Besides gummy bears and, you know, all that kind of... Fritos, Snickers. Oh, yeah.
Honey, electrolytes.
Oh, yeah. I already had a salt tablet. I have some electrolytes. And I had a little honey thing, too. That little... Nate's honey is... It's so tasty, man. All right, we'll be back soon. All right, well, we think we may see a tiny bit of smoke on the other side of this ridge. There, now it's kind of billowing a little bit. Right there, because we saw a helicopter go around at least twice today. So we're going the other direction, and the wind is blowing toward the fire, which is blowing away from us. Oh yeah, you can see this You can tell there's something going on over there. So, yeah, we're going the other way, and then we're going up in elevation. And if it does cross the ridge and stuff, we just go up the trail, and we will be above the tree line, kind of thing. So, yeah, it's very concerning. Whoop, I got a close-up of it. Yeah, it's concerning. So let's finish up our lunch and get the heck out of here. So if we were doing our original plan, we'd be probably like right over there or going toward it, or yeah. I don't know what. It's real hard to tell how far away it is though, right?
It looks pretty close.
It looks close because it's coming up on the ridge, but you know, there's ridge after ridge after ridge, right? There's no way we could tell unless we actually saw like billowing big old black stuff and all that. All right, finish our lunch, then we'll get out of here.